How was it making a movie with John Wayne? He said, made my career. So pretty neat. I met a lady by the name of Barbara Blanchette. She was the executive producer for Knots Landing, and she was on one of my flights, and we got to talking. And she had we had special meals. We gave special meals out. She's a vegetarian, so I was kidding her about her vegetarian meal. So I went up there and I got to visit with her a little bit. And I said, "What are you doing?" And she said, "I'm going to Dallas." And she says, "I'm a producer of the Lorimar Productions, and I'm with a show called Knots Landing, and I'm going to meet with the staff for the show Dallas with Larry Hagman and J.R. Ewing and all of them." And she says, "You ever been on TV?" She looked at me and said, "You look like you could be a good actor." And I said, "That's what I do. That's what I like to do." And so she got me in touch with a lady named Barbara Bells, that was my casting director, that ended up taking me over. And she was in Dallas. Two Barbara Blanchette and Barbara Kale. And she said, call this lady when you get back to Dallas and tell her that I sent you. So anyway, long story short, I called her, and I got to working as extra work and had a couple of little speaking roles on the show Dallas. Then eventually worked on a show called Dangerous Curves, and then the last show I worked on was Walker, Texas Ranger. So it was quite fun working with Chuck Norris, Larry Hagman, and Patrick Duffy, and all of Priscilla Presley, Muhammad Ali, and Red Skelton. I've always told people that if there's angels that are walking on this planet, probably Muhammad Ali and Red Skelton were angels, because they always had time for everybody. They didn't run to their airplane and hide like a lot of them do. They stood out there with the public, talked to the public. Muhammad Ali even made a comment one time, "Hey, these people, I may never see them again. These airplanes come every hour. I can catch a plane, but I might never see this person again." That's the kind of guy he was. I had a chance to meet him in 1975 in Vegas when I was working out there in Vegas, and watched him fight Ronnie Lyle for the World Heavyweight Championship of the world in 1985. And we got to meet him. I went upstairs, got to meet him, because I was hanging out with this guy named Larry Kane, which is a Los Angeles Times, and I kind of told a lie. I told him I was with the Oklahoma Daily, and so he kind of got me into the press deal. So I got to meet him, and of course Joe Frazier, Kenny Norton, Will Chamberlain, Jimmy Brown, Howard Cosell, they was all there. And of course Muhammad Ali's dad, Cassius Clay Sr., his mother, his sisters that are now the fighters, Ali, that's the big fighter. They were little kids, little babies, 2 and 3 years old at the time. But anyway, Ali touched me on the leg. He goes, "What's your name, man?" I told him my name, and he says, "Where are you from?" And I said, "I'm from El Reno, Oklahoma." He goes, "Man, I used to go through Oklahoma and knock out them hillbillies for the fun of it." And he goes, "I'm just kidding you, man. I'm just kidding, But anyway, he always remembered me, and I told him that story on the flight, that I saw him fight, and I met him and all this stuff. And he said, "Man, I remember you. And he did. I mean, he really, truly did, I believe. And I had him on 10 or 15 times, maybe more than that. And he always called me Oklahoma. Couldn't remember my name, but he always remembered I was from Oklahoma. But yeah, he was a joy. He was a joy to meet. But yeah, these other stars and stuff, you meet them all the time. Baseball players, from football players to presidents. I had Nixon on, had Clinton on, Gerald Ford on, Jimmy Carter. Had George Bush Jr. on before he was even governor of Oklahoma. He was, we chartered for the Texas Rangers, and he was the owner at the time, so we got to meet him one time. But that's about it. Good, fun career.